Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Vika Artamevia Fansuri and you can call me Vika. I'm from English Education Study Program, State Islamic University of Raden Intan Lampung. So in this episode, I would like to share you about Pidgin and Creole. But before that, I can tell you about language first. According to Rembrandt, 1984, language is a communication tool that uses speech as a medium. As we know, language cannot be separated from human life. We can see this in everyday human activities that almost never stop communicating with one another. According to Gilbert, if a person cannot hear English well, he cannot speak English. And if someone cannot understand easily, he is cut off from conversations with native speakers. Based on the Gilbert statement, we can conclude that language has a very important role in social life. In studying the relationship between language and society, linguistics has tried to solve problems in social languages, such as creation, renewal, and annihilation of languages, until several theories or subdisciplines in linguistics appear. Now we can call it social linguistics. According to Nancy Perrott Hickerson, 1980, social linguistics relates to the correlation between social factors and linguistic variations. So it means social linguistics is the study of the relationship between language and society. Next, we can talk about language variation in society. In language variation in society has a many units, but in this episode, I would like to share you about Pidgin and Creoles only. For the first, we're going to talk about Pidgin. Pidgin began in the early 19th century in the city of Guangzhou, South China. Chinese traders interacted with English native speakers at the pair by adopting and modifying business words, which eventually become Pidgin. The word itself then becomes one of the unique communication used to by people who speak different languages. Pidgins generally consist of small vocabularies, but some Pidgin has developed into the native language of a group. For example, on the Sea Island Creole, which is spoken in the South Carolina Sea Islands, Haitian Creole, and Louisiana Creole. So, based on that story, we can conclude that the definition of Pidgin is a form of contact language used by people with different language backgrounds. Pidgin usually has a very simple grammar with vocabulary from various languages. An example of Pidgin is peddlers in the Tanah Lot area talking to foreign tourists in English Pidgin. English is used as the basis and the pronunciation is adjusted to an Indonesian accent. For example, very cheap means very cheap, pipe means five, massage means massage, thousand means thousand, and others. And next, we're going to talk about Creole. Creole languages were developed in European colonial plantation settlements in the 17th and 18th centuries as a result of contact between several groups who spoke different languages and couldn't communicate with each other. Creole languages most often appear in colonials located near the coast of the Atlantic Ocean or Indian Ocean. Most commonly, the Creole results from interaction between non-standard European speakers and European speakers. Creole languages include varieties based on French such as Haitian Creole, Louisiana Creole, Mauritian Creole, and others. Some linguists say that the terms Creole for the varieties arises from most non-European contacts between languages. For example, Kinubi, based on Arabic and used in Uganda, Kikongo Kituba and Lingala, which are based respectively on Kingongo Kimanyanga and Bobangi, and are used in the Democratic Republic of the Congo and the Republic of the Congo. Based on that story, we can conclude that the definition of Creole is Pidgin which has a native speaker. Creole is a language that has undergone expansion in terms of structure and vocabulary to express the same meaning or function required by the first language. One example of Creole language is Tok Pisin, which is used in the Papua New Guinea area. This language was formed due to variation in non-English and Papuan languages as well as several other Austronesian languages. In the city center, children from mixed families learn Tok Pisin as their first language. Therefore, the Pidgin language changed to Creoles. The example of vocabulary from Tok Pisin Creoles such as nugget means not good, Baim-bai means by and by, Sakan means shake hands, Kilim means kill him, Pisin means pigeon, Grass means grass. Based on this example, the children taught by Tok Pisin as their first language would not know if the language used was derived from English. If those who are taught by Creole do not learn English, it is certain that they will not be able to understand English when they meet directly with English native speakers for the first time. So yeah, that's all about Pidgin and Creole. I hope you can learn something today. And I'm so sorry if I have a lot of mistakes. And yeah, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.